security.
Sorry, go ahead. Are you asking about security part?
Yeah, I mean, so what kind of security is enhanced in whatever the phases, maybe for a button or what is saying actually?
Okay, so I can jump to that particular page 8 now. Does the other team understood what those things are? Page 8, page 8. Oh, what page I am on?
Actually, you're on the right page.
Okay. This is one, right?
Yeah, it should be at the bottom of that page. There you go.
Okay.
Before
yeah.
user interaction.
I see. Functional access.
Yeah. So Shushri,
Yeah.
a quick question for you. Do you understand how the security work in Rflown, right?
Is it regarding the login thing and all? That's what you are asking?
Yeah. So it was a role-based security. So you assign certain roles, and then everybody in that role had the similar functionality or access to the data. In this one, the security is based on not role. They have identified who has what type of access. And as an administrator, you can give them access to certain modules. So there is nothing called an, hey, I'm just only inventory management person or warranty processor person. It'll be, I'm a user who has access to inventory and warranty module.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So who will decide on that? The business, the means higher authority?
No, it'll be just based on whatever the role system administrator gives you and whatever the group you are in.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, if I'm not wrong, is that the page F15?
I don't remember the page F15 off the top of
Means
the head.
where is kind of security, then login, the password is there.
That might be just the initial screen. The security will be like there will be a whole bunch of dedicated when you create a user. So look into the user creation and see what all options you have.
So you're talking about role list page, right? F18 and 19. So here, instead of having a fixed predefined security roles, user can define their own roles and assign the appropriate permission to that page. So that's what we are talking about on 6 F18 and 19. So if I scroll down all the way to 123 and 126, right?
Yeah, I can see that
right?
role list page.
Yeah, role list page. Yep. So that's where they can actually define the roles. 128. Role detail page, right? So this is what role detail, and prior to that, so there is a whole security or role management where they can create their own. There are different roles on the fly and assign the permission. So here, from this, they can create new roles. And then when they come to the next page, where they can assign appropriate permission to different modules.
Yes, the access.
And access to them. So it's a little bit different than Rflown, but this type of patterns you will see in some of the application as well. Like application has some security configuration module where you can create, configure, or give appropriate user access to the different modules.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So coming back here. So anything other than anything else that you guys have question on? Otherwise, page 22 that's where we were.
I want to just get the one clarification from you. The same page number 8, the email address part, and underneath 2.10.3,
Page 8. Okay. Let me
2.10.4.
just go there.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Yes.
This is the one.
So in number 1, they already said mandate alphanumeric characters. So 2.10.3 and 2.10.4 and 2.10.5, all three are related to email address, or somewhere else they are talking about 2.10.4 alpha.
So anywhere you will see alphanumeric for any of the field or the screen, like you have a bunch of screens, right?
Yes.
And you will see the field type as alphanumeric.
Yes.
Or you might see the field type as alpha only. Okay. So anywhere that you see, those rules will apply. So kind of like here, it says text.
Yes.
So what does it mean that all the, or you might see alphanumeric as well somewhere. Okay. I'm trying to search the document, but it's not, apparently it's not there. So right now it sounds like it's applied to the
whole document, right?
Yeah. Anywhere that that type of that field type is specified, you should apply those rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, same thing with the phone number. Anywhere you have phone number, all these different rules, conditions, and for the formatting will apply. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So instead of giving for individual fields, because there are 50, I think it's referenced pretty much at least 10 places in the document, right? Phone number fields you will see for customer, vendors, and then few other places as well. So anywhere you will have phone number, make sure you need, as a QA, you need to validate that, hey, all the rules for the phone number should apply to that field. So same rules will apply.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Anything else before we move on to 22? Okay. I think those videos should have helped you. So I'm gonna move on to 22 now, and let's discuss what team has came up with for the question wise. Actually, let me just type it in here. All right. So go ahead, Swapnali, or who are from your team.
Yeah, I think so. We were thinking about the shipment complete button. I'm not sure why it is like, what does it does actually? It's the
so did you look at the events? So for every field, if you look into the table below, that is that. What did your understanding based on the reading of that particular thing? So if you scroll it down, sure, there should be that is shipment complete button, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you read it, like it, no, Herschel, it was up. There you go. It allows the user to indicate that shipment associated with the entry has been completely processed. What does that mean to you?
I'm just assuming that the shipment has been processed. So whatever has been pulled up as customer vendor, we are processing that consignment or whatever it is. But so is it like I'm selecting the shipment, so I'm just going to say complete button?
No, so there are multiple things, right? So when you get the shipment, and Arjul, this is the inventory processing module, right?
Yeah, this is a second step in the process. Yes.
Right. So when you get it a shipment, right, it may have multiple cartridges underneath that, and you're processing one cartridges at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look into this, right, how do you know, or how do you indicate that, hey, I'm done with all the cartridges in this particular shipment? That's when you select this button.
Okay.
Right, let's say I had the 10 cartridges. I process one at a time, and I'm done with the last 10th cartridges. So I can just say, hey, shipment is complete. And then if you look into any action item, when somebody presses on that, there will be appropriate event on that one. There you go.
That is the shipment lookup field. Mhm. Yeah.
So that one is more an indication when you click on that, that you are done with it. See, flags associated with shipment as complete so that it will not show up on active shipment listing anymore. Right?
Okay, and my question is like, if you see the field on the same page, the customer vendor, is it pulling from the, is it pulling from F13, F9, F10, F11? So if you go to page 22, yeah, and the very first one, that is from shipment. Is this all pulled from different forms? Like we have F9, F10, F11, where we enter the customer and vendor data, something.
I mean, your understanding is correct. Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dilip.
Yeah. So when you go into the way the system works, right, there are certain, so let's say if I'm creating a new customer, right, do you have an ability to create that customer or a vendor later in the one of the sections? When the customer or vendor is getting created there, and then finally you come to process a cartridge, it will show up on the list on the right hand side. And all it's doing it is where that from field, it's when you hit on that 3 dots, essentially it goes ahead and pulls all of the appropriate customer vendors into that list so that you can select it from there. Okay. So think of it, it's a kind of a drop down, but instead of a drop down, it's a whole list that is available to you that you select it from there. And in this scenario, you can receive the cartridge from either a customer or vendor. So you're displaying both of them completely together.
And the reason they have it this way, this type of design, is because it's a touch screen, right? So if you are a user, you are clicking on these 3 dots. It's easier if they have, if all the buttons will show up with the customer name, and they can pick whichever customer the shipment is coming from when they are processing individual cartridges. So it's mainly the usability of the system. Instead of having a drop down, which will be tiny drop down, and they have to do some special thing to pick it otherwise.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. And the
Also,
same thing.
can you go down on that? Sorry,
Sure.
Can you go down on this page a little bit, just a little bit though? Okay. Right. Just a little bit. Last section of this form.
Oh, last.
Okay.
Okay. Last section of the form.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking at, Basu?
I was going to ask you something real quick. Page 22.
22. If I go on 22, that's a screen. But
Yeah,
do
the
you
X
have
screen, not the form screen. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
This screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, right there. So do we, like a customer, like a user, should I guess that's what we were confused. Should we are they supposed to do done at the end or shipment complete once they process the shipment?
So you have to look at the different, what happens when they click on done versus
Okay.
what happens
When they do the
do
shipment
shipment
complete.
complete.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
there are
that's-
different actions they can do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're confused. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. And you can also look at this identical different from start. What's the difference? And because as a user, right, you need to think it through the user standpoint and see what you will be, what activities you will be doing on the screen. and what actions you will be taking in order to save the information and work through that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Any other? Yeah,
I have a question on these 3 dots. So whenever wherever the 3 dots are in the document, we can select from this list, but can we enter manually on that field also?
So if you look at the description of the field,
Yes.
so let's see here, from field, right? It says it's a lookup field, allows
Yes.
for selection of a customer or vendor. So lookup field generally you shouldn't have to enter anything. It's a lookup, right? More like a selection of a draw from the drop down. You can't really enter anything
Okay.
unless it specifically says yes, you can edit or enter new information there as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Otherwise, it will be a read only. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's come back up, I think. So I'm going to go back to the index here. Okay. So any other question on any of the modules? This is all you guys had, team, I guess, question wise. Otherwise, everybody understood what or how the process works. Okay. All right. Any other team has any question, I guess, or you have a question on anything else?
I have so many questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Swapnali. I mean, that's why we're going to spend some time here to make sure that you guys understand the requirement before you dive into the actual QA side of things.
Okay, now when we see this 22 page number, we get that it is a different format. If you go to page 23, it says a picture view. So
okay,
now they have given a reference with the core thumb. What is that? Core thumbnail.
okay.
So I'm expecting that this cartridge 2, toner 233, these are the core thumbnail, right?
Yes.
So when I click on this, is it going to populate the next page? Can you just go to the next page and see? That is, I think, so page 24.
So next page, you mean how do they come to this page? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Now, if we, yeah.
So when they are selecting it, right? So let's see where they do the selection or what happens basically in the process.
I think so. It's toner. It's a category thing. And
Okay.
that's what I'm assuming that they're going to display. But the only part is I'm not sure when they click on cartridge 2 or select where they are going to go. So
it will just populate the toner because they want to visibly identify it. That's the whole reason they are looking at the images. Because they have a cartridge in the box from the box, right? And they are trying to identify what type of cartridge or toner it is with this cartridge. And in order to do that, they will pull up the images and say, yep, it looks like this particular model. And they will select it and it should populate with the on the left side, the toner.
Okay, because they are relating to page 36. If you see picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, these are something that is the core image display.
Let me ask you, so do you know where those images are coming from? How the images?
Yeah, we have written the page. Which was that?
It's just like customer type of thing, right? So customer vendor, when you click on 3 dots, some list shows up, but it's coming from customer and vendor list module, whatever they have configured in the system. Same thing for this one should come from the cartridge. list?
Yeah, it's something printer model details. I forgot the page. I can check it on the very
Yeah.
first page.
I mean, as long as you know it, right? I mean, where it's coming from.
F12. Yeah, it's
F12.
function F12 and F13.
Okay. So do you know the page number? What's the page number?
Page number is 90.
Anita, you missed something. Anita, we are talking about the toner part. So where do we see these pictures? The cartridge and all.
Yeah,
and
cartridge list, right? Cartridge list is F1290.
Okay, so I'm on the page 90 here. So you can add new cartridge, or you can for the
Or
existing
maybe,
one.
then 93, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, here we add pictures, add new image.
Right. And this one becomes part of the cartridge record. So when they are looking up the cartridge, they will see these pictures, whatever pictures are associated with the cartridge, so they can pick it. Because if they are not, if the cartridge is not, I guess whatever the serial number or something is not visible properly, then the only way they can do it, hey, I can take a look at the picture and see if it's what type of cartridge it is, and so forth. That's how these images are used over there. Okay. And there are other things as well. So full, empty, out of compliance. So they configure for a cartridge, right?
Yeah, that
the
was
same
also
thing.
a question. Yep.
Yeah. So this one will be used in the calculation for that particular module, because this is the default values. So let's come back here to the main screen here, 20 seconds. I'm hoping everybody is clear on the images and stuff. But let's come back here. So you see the empty and full, right? These are the default values. Actually, this value, do you guys know how this value will work?
Yes,
Or
it's
what you guys should be testing?
A09.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Swapnali, do you want to explain how it works? Or
Yeah,
what your understanding is?
It's on page 33, where if you just click on page 33, where it is saying that they are going to use this formula and rule R03, A09.
Okay. Right. So this is the formula. So full weight, empty weight, and percent tolerance. Okay. So this is the actual cartridge weight, right? So full weight, empty weight, and percent tolerance. So if it's within the tolerance, then it will say, yep, it's warranty eligible. If it's not within the tolerance, then it will. I guess you just need to read the rules, what marks it warranty eligible and what doesn't, based on the weight of the cartridge coming in.
Yep.
So this calculation will apply over there to determine basically whether they can claim the warranty on this cartridge or not.
Harshal, I have a question about print label in the barcode.
Okay.
So it is on page number.
Before we go there,
Yes.
anybody has any question? Are you guys clear on this screen here? Okay, so let's talk about a print label, right? So you were saying
Yes.
print label.
So it is on page 34, the description and action. So print label button, I can understand completely. This button will print the label on the chosen printer. But can you just give me the idea? They are saying underneath the label, final barcode format will be determined at the implementation phase. The customer has determined that 2D barcoding is the optimal solution. So they are saying this is going to happen at the implementation phase, but they are also saying this is already decided from the customer. Am I
So
understanding correctly?
it's a preferred route, preferred barcode that customer thinks is suitable wherever it generates a warranty ID and so forth. So this barcode will be generated. That's a preferred format. Now, if there are some technical limitation or something, that's a customer want, but if there is a, or maybe there is a better solution for barcodes, because there are 2D barcodes, 3D barcodes, and all different kinds of barcodes. So they are saying, hey, this is our preferred one, but if you find a better solution, go ahead and use it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. That's all it is. I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you Google it up, right, barcodes, so you're gonna
Yes,
find all kind of barcodes.
I did that. That's a reason, like,
Right.
because they are choosing 2 sentences and it does make sense
Right.
once you explained it. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. All right. Okay. So any other thing here? Okay. If not, I'm gonna go up here and see any other module you guys have question on.
Harshal, I have one question about the telephone numbers. Because they gave us a direction how to put the numbers in.
Okay.
So number starts with the 7 digits. So as a QA, do we need to test before the 7 digits? Like, for example, a number with the 5 digits, and it is not going to work anyway. So do we need to perform that kind of test cases?
Yes. So whatever the rules are,
Yes.
you need to perform all those things basically. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So all the rules, right? So you have to validate the different formats basically. I'm trying to
Yes.
find that page here. Where did it go? What
The
was the
page
page number?
7 or 8.
Oh, page 7,
Let
right?
me.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Page
Okay.
7. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. So phone number,
Yes.
yes.
Right
Okay.
here.
So all these rules, right? So it says apply
Yes.
format of this one for 7-digit number. So if they enter only 7 digits, it has to be in this format.
Yes.
Apply format for if they enter 10-digit number 614 something, then it has to be in this format. Say if they enter international number, maybe Canadian number, then they have to put the country code like that. So yeah, you can easily have multiple test cases here.
Yes.
For
Yes.
every line, you can have test case for that.
Yes.
Plus other test case, right? It says
Yes.
number numeric characters only. So you need to make sure you test it for alphanumerics as well to see if it allows you.
Yes.
Okay. And wherever that phone number is, you need to test for all these conditions.
So each document you meant?
No, wherever this phone number field is on
Yes.
whatever screen, you need to make sure it works the same way following these rules. So you might create the test cases once for the phone number and store it. But then when you come to the specific page, you can say all these test cases are also part of, you need to test it for individual phone number fields.
Okay, let me clear myself.
Sure.
Am I understanding right or not? So when we go to the user creation module or a not user creation, a role detail page, or wherever we are I'm not using the correct detail page on that, but whenever we are making the role or a user in the system, that time we are entering the phone numbers. So we are making a test cases only once, and when we are using we are using this test cases on that module also.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's correct. Yeah. Plus, let's say I think customer vendor list has the same phone. I mean, there are phone number fields on there.
Yes.
So you want to make sure you go through all these test cases and execute them for every field wherever there is a phone number. Yep.
Yes. And also for number 4, because it says plus sign in the beginning, which is an international number. So do we need to put all international number, make it like possible international numbers codes?
No, no, it allows, so it has to be 12 digit, right?
Okay,
So, I
that's
mean, if it's 12 digit, you can't have 10 digit. So you can't have 11 digit numbers, right? So it will
yes.
be rejected. So that rule will be here somewhere. Any number between 10 and 12 will be rejected, could not determine a phone number error message. So
Yes,
if,
that
yeah,
that
if,
is
if they
correct, but
enter,
I
right.
guess I'm not saying correctly. For example, India code is 91, right?
Mhm.
So if
Right.
we don't put the correct code here, still the system will take and store the phone number as a correct number because
Yeah, as long as you
these are
enter
the
12,
12 digits,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They are not actually validating the actual code numbers, right? So they are
Yes.
just validating the format.
Okay.
They are relying on user to enter the right information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are just checking the format here.
Right, right.
Okay.
That's correct. That's all it says here, formatting.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Same thing with the email, right? Wherever the email is and
Yes.
any of these things are mentioned, you need to apply the rules, same
Okay.
rules.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let me come back here and see if you guys have any other question on
So
anything.
can you go to F4, please? Page 39.
F4, 39. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Go ahead, Basu.
Okay. So one, if you mark here, if you mark it defected, where is this defect tabs coming from?
So this information, right? Untested,
Yeah.
Hooper problems, and so forth, defect.
Yeah.
So have you guys looked into the defect management or defect list module?
Yes. Where was that at? Like page.
Page 138.
138, right? Okay.
Okay.
So here the category list, defect
Mhm.
category list, right? So you can add
Yeah.
a new category, subcategories, and so forth.
Okay.
And
Right.
also 141.
Yeah. So here you
Okay.
can save it. So you create, so you subcategories. If you assign a parent, so it be, or this one will become a subcategory of the parent category. Okay.
Okay.
And let's see, and then you have another module. Yep. Now this is different communication centric. So those two, this is where you can configure the categories and subcategories here on this particular modules. Okay. So now when you are doing the warranty, they will see all different types of categories for the defects, and there are subcategories. So now if I go back to this particular screen here, 39. So if I select a Hooper problems as a main defect category, then I'll see all the subcategories here on the right side associated with the Hooper problems. And
Okay.
when I
What
click
about
on,
the? Can you go
yeah,
to this processes score and parse recovery? I think there are what page are they? One.
they are part of. Let me just go here, 22 or something. Yep. Sorry, process score, right?
Yeah.
I think I was on the right page. Yep. Different. Oh, process score. Yep. Yep. Here.
Process score is.
Yeah, yes,
Process
here.
score.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess the difference between those two, wherever they have a description, I think we had a problem exactly figuring out what they were saying.
Okay.
I can't remember the page number on top of my head.
So can you guys explain me what happens on the screen, I guess, or what should happen on the screen from the user standpoint, what the user is actually doing?
Here, it's processing the warranty and then marking the problem on the whatever defect does the factory has, and then sending it to the warranty processor.
Right. So that's partially correct. So they will have the warranty, right? So this warranty's ID, do you know where it is coming from?
Yes, it's coming from the previous on page 22.
23.
Yeah.
Right. So the cartridge inventory. So they are processing all of them, and it will generate the warranty ID for them, right? There's some type of warranty label, the barcode, and all kind of stuff, and it will show up on this module after that, if it's warranty eligible. Then here on the screen, this module, warranty information, they will identify the defects so that they can claim the, send it back to the manufacturer or remanufacturer and claim the credit for it or claim the money from them. Okay, so that's where the ready to ship comes in the picture. So they say, yep, we mark the identified defect, let's just ship it out. So they will mark it as ready to ship. Now, process as a core, they identify the defect, but they can say, oh, we can't really claim certain things for certain defects. So let's just put it back in the inventory, and we will not do it. We'll just discard it later on.
Okay.
Basically. Okay. And parts recovery is, they will say, yep, defect is there, but we can't claim the warranty eligible. We can't send it back to manufacturer. So what we can do is we can reuse it, strip out the parts, basically, and maybe resell it to later on to somebody else, or use it to fix some other cartridge. So they will mark it as parts recovery. So these two, process as a core and parts recovery, doesn't actually get shipped to the warranty manufacturer, or basically manufacturer, or whatever, wherever the cartridge is supposed to go. So only this one, ready to ship, they will say, yep, we can actually get the money for that. Everything else is just internal purpose. So they'll mark it in the system, and then somebody will run a report and say, okay, these are the cartridges that we can strip out the parts and fix for anything else, other cartridge, replace it for some other cartridges, or so forth, or just discard it, process as a core, and maybe discard it later on.
Okay. Thank you, Arshil.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the process. I mean, I'm hoping you guys are getting the picture, because you need to understand what is the clear process they are following. You have a lot of screens here, but how the process happens, basically, how they are receiving it on the receiving module. Then they are processing everything on one by one on the cartridge inventory, and then warranty information. They are identifying whether I can send to the manufacturer back for the money or anything else. Yeah.
Just a simple question, like we have this header saying home, admin, receiving, shipping, inventory, warranty. So is this page, it is going to pop up for warranty? Like,
so warranty processing is the one, right? So here, the warranty processing, that's the header.
okay.
Warranty information is a module, kind of like a grouping, the logical grouping, right? Warranty information screens, they are calling it.
Okay.
But
Okay,
the actual title would be warranty processing.
Okay. No, Harshit, my question is, we have this header. So can we pull up these pages by using this header, like the warranty one, which we see on every page, we have the header and footer.
So you're talking about admin, recovery, shipping, inventory, warranty?
Yes.
Yes.
If you have access, yes, you will be able to see it. Remember, these are the role, as your role, whatever role you are assigned, or you create, whatever role you assign yourself as a QA, you might be receiver, you might have receiving role, and you might see only receiving. If you also have access to shipping, you will see shipping. That's where the role list module, right?
Okay.
So as a QA, you need to assign appropriate role to yourself, and generally it could be admin as well, which has access to all the modules.
Okay. Because we see this pages, that is F25, that is on page 55. And we were just thinking like how that page came in, like where do we click to get that page?
Sure. So, F25, you're saying?
Yeah.
Page 55.
55.
55. Okay. Oh, how do you get to this page?
Yes.
Yeah. So if it's the shipping, right? So that you click on shipping and you will see the warranty processing list, or it could be
Yes.
tied to some other page as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you will end up on the main page, but then from there you might have flow to some other page as well. Yeah.
Mhm.
But this one is clearly the warranty page. So it should be warranty processing list. So it should fall under warranty. I think defect is a simpler one where you have only one screen. But there might be other subflows, right? So this screen, you may not get directly to this one. You might end up on this one first, and from there you can get to this particular screen. Okay, it's just a different view, because here, if you click on 3 dots, you might see the customer list here. That's all the difference is, right? It's just a different view of what things are shown and whatnot. But again, it's a shipping, part of the shipping module. I think there's one more screen for shipping. Let's see. Yeah, this is the main one for shipping. So you click on shipping, you will, yeah, as long as you have access, you will be able to come to this screen, and from there you can go to the next one. If you click on something new or select something, you will have different screens shown.
So these are also the ones which are taken from the whatever we did in the previous, right? So we said that ready to ship. So it will be added a year, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it flows through, right? Information flows through from one step to another. And as long as you understand the business process, what they're doing, I think you should be able to write the test cases. I think you guys are, looks like you guys did the homework. So it sounds like you guys have some understanding. Yep. But the information will flow here. That is correct. Okay.
Herschel, can you just a little bit explain the remanufacturer here?
Where did you see that remanufacturer? So
Throughout
it's
the
like a
document.
reseller, right? Or
Yes.
you have basically somebody can manufacture it, but then same cartridge, you can fill that up, right? You can somebody can fill the ink for you.
Yes.
So technically, it's like a remanufacturing for that as well. So those folks, I mean, you can classify as a remanufacturer
Okay.
of the cartridge, because they are not the original manufacturer, but they are remanufacturer.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else before we actually divide up the work? All right, looks like you guys are good to go. Ready to get started. So what we can do here is so I have jot down certain things here. Let me pull that up here. Okay. Okay, so I'm dividing up basically all the teams will test the homepage. Now, this is the first one that you guys want to do. And we want to see it, what you guys come up with, okay? All teams. Because I think everybody needs to be on the same page, what needs to be tested. So this one is more like a starting module or startup module, okay? Then team 1, team 2, and team 3. So there are certain other modules we are assigning to your team. So Swapnali, I think you guys have done good work on the cartridge inventory. You guys want to take it from your team's perspective?
Basu.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I will take it.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So Anita, And Swapnali, 3 folks is part of your team.
Yes.
All right. Receiving module, nobody talked about it or asked any questions. So I'm assuming you all understood for that receiving module. So this one I'm gonna give you the online folks, okay? Warranty shipping. Dimple, the last module.
Yes.
Warranty shipping.
Yes.
Who is your part of your team?
Sushri, Miss Namita, Kobe, and I.
Kobe and Jeff. Okay. So Jeff is also online. And the remaining team. So who we have left here? Nilima. Who is part of your team, Nilima?
Dhanushri.
Dhanasri, okay. And who else?
Shruti.
Shruti, yeah, okay. Is she here today?
She's, I don't know. Looks like everyone
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you are here, Shruti? Okay. All right, gotcha.
I
Yeah.
don't know if
You
Joyce
logged in, right?
joined the team.
Yes, Joyce. She unfortunately had some health issues, so I know she's going through something in California right now.
So if
So-
she wants, she can join in our team as well.
Yeah, she won't be able to join. I know.
Okay.
She sent me email.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So 333. Dilip. So
Yes.
I'm thinking basically they will work on this one first as a team to get everybody on the same page of
Mhm.
and then they will divide up these 3. But do you think we want to give them additional module?
I think let's get started. What I would like
Okay.
it is them to like get into much more detail in terms of like it's what are the leaves and not just do it
Right.
it's a typical use case, but the extensive use cases also.
Right. Okay. So the plan is there are 2 things. Okay. So you guys have to create the test scenarios first. Okay. Scenarios. That's all we are looking at this point. Okay. No detailed test cases. No detailed test cases. So you look at your modules. First of all, everybody will start with this, right? And everybody will come up with the test scenarios from all the team, all 3 teams. Then you guys will also come up with your individual modules as well. Okay, but just the test scenarios, high level, how the user will be testing. So where the user's at, and what are the scenario, what are the things that you should be testing for. Just and you don't have to create like a tree type of thing. You can list out the simply scenarios and focus on the events business process testing. Right, we all know the numerics and those things you can test it, right? I mean those fields you're gonna look at it and test it out. We are not looking for scenarios for those. Okay, what business process or what are the business activities user is doing, and document them and come up with the test cases or high level test scenarios for that. Sorry, I'm in India, so I think there's a lot of noise on the road. So, okay. Is everybody clear on that? Any question? What we are looking for as a first step? Is it good? Anybody? Yes, no?
So are we doing this right now or as a homework?
Yes. No. We have 9 to 12:30, right? That's the dedicated time. So nothing as a homework because we want to see it and within 1 hour, we will get you 1 hour. Okay.
Okay.
To come up with the scenarios right here. And so right now it's 9. Well, 9:55, I think, is the US time, right? So
Yep.
yeah, it's 10
It's
o'clock.
10
So
o'clock. Think of 10 o'clock.
11 o'clock, we can come back and see what you guys came up with. And what we will do is we'll put you in the rooms.
Okay.
Okay. And discuss among yourselves. If you have question, I'm gonna be taking a little bit break, but I think we'll be here. Okay. So yes.
Harshal, can you talk about homepage and homepage news? What we need to do?
Scenarios. So right, how think about how you would be testing the homepage. What are the different things that you would be testing for homepage?
So basically, we are doing the tree only right now.
Yes, only scenarios, right?
Okay.
What are the different possible things that you need to test for the homepage news, these modules listed here?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and the scenarios only, no detailed steps. We are not looking for detailed steps, but for scenario, right, you need to have some understanding of high level steps, right? Then only you can come up with the scenarios. So spend some time, discuss among yourself and document on in a notepad or wordpad on a computer so that you can share it. Okay, and it's more like a one person can document and then you guys can share it later on among yourself, because we'll ask you to share your scenarios for different things. Okay, everybody good?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes.
then we will let's touch base at 11 o'clock and we'll review that and correct that if needed. I think that should be good enough time for you guys.
So
Okay.
we just have to make the tree file, or we are supposed to make it like steps 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of.
Not the steps. What it is
steps.
Harshal talking about is detailing. In order to test the screen, here are the 15 different things that I'm going to test it.
Okay.
Okay.
So think about like the way I know Harshal said that you don't have to worry about drawing trees, but at the end of the day, what we are looking for it is all those leaves, which will become your test cases.
That's correct.
Right. So you talk about it, all the leaves now at 11 o'clock, and then later on, then you will identify, hey, if I have to take one of those leap and write step-by-step instruction, what should I do it?
Okay. Works.
Make sense?
Okay.
Mhm.
And we will review it. Okay, so that we'll correct it, and if you guys have anything wrong, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out because you have at least 3 people in the team. So yep,
Mhm.
I'm sure one of you will provide the feedback. Yep, as well. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and create a room here. Let me just put this in the chat. Okay, so that you all have a copy, and we just assign you to the room. All right, so Anita, you, Basu, and Swapnali. Okay. Deepal, Jeff. Oh, we lost somebody. Deepal, Jeff, Namita, and who else was there? Kobe.
And Sushri.
Susri, yes, Susri. Yep, I'm missing somebody. Okay, so you guys are 5, 3, and Dilip and I will check periodically in the room. Okay, so we'll just come maybe after 30 minutes to see how you guys are doing, and so forth, or if you have any question for us. Okay, but otherwise,
Harshal,
yes.
I have an audio issues. In case if I drop, can I able easily join
Yeah,
into
just
the rooms?
text me. Okay, just in case if I don't respond, text me and I'll let you in.
Okay, thank you.
Do you know the number, right? You can just text me and just say, just let me in. I'm here. Yeah, might be stepping away for here and there, but I'll be here. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. All right then. See you in a bit.
We'll see you guys at 11 o'clock.
Okay, Basu and Kobe. Okay, Basu is there. Okay, they all are there. I think Nilima, you.
I'm here.
Go ahead and join the room. I think you should have received notification. Let me know if you are having trouble. Okay, there you go. All right, Dilip. So we will group back 10:30.